Hey, it's Lynn Brown. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team, and I spent the first half of my life people pleasing. And then in my spare time, I was literally trapped by the opinions of others. And then one day, you know what? I bet on me for the first time in my life. And when I did that, it was just crazy. Everything changed. When I changed the way that I was looking at things, everything began to change. I mean, Wayne Dyer was right. Now I've committed the rest of my life partnering with people who want to do the same. You know, life has a funny way of delivering us content for the curriculum of our life, and these past few days are no exception. After getting more and more requests just from people I work with and followers and people that I coach, I've just been hearing more and more, how do I navigate through these uncharted waters? And so I decided we'd just jump on today and just jump right into this very topic. And trust me, it's all new to me too, just like you. Now I will say, you know, three weeks ago, we were having these conversations, but not like we're having now. I mean, 3 weeks ago, COVID-19 was being discussed, but not 24/7. I believe you'd probably agree with me, that the pandemic is new for all of us. I mean, for the first time in our lives, the one thing that I see that is unifying us is that we're all fighting the same thing for the first time. We're not fighting each other. We're fighting this virus. We are fighting to eradicate this virus together. So the question that I've been hearing more and more is, how do we create calm in this chaos? I mean, everything is changing, almost minute by minute. It's like right before our eyes. And we can experience a day, and it's kind of like a whole month goes by in a day. Things are happening so fast. People are working from home now. Yes, some were working there before, but it's new for some. Schools are closing and children are home. Retail stores are closing, and there are new restrictions for bars and restaurants, and churches are closed. And there's so much. And if we choose to focus on the chaos, then we will be paralyzed by it. So what I've been very intentional about doing, and I agree. I know I am blessed. I'm so blessed to be part of a tribe and to have mentors that are my thinking partners. God is my number one thinking partner, but He has allowed me to have the privilege of being in some communities of people that are much bigger, faster, and stronger than me. So it's great to have these thinking partners. But, I am a person of faith, and my peace and my help does come from above. But I truly am thankful for the people that God has positioned around me that are in my inner circle now. But we have to remember, that we are more than conquerors through Christ. We heard that in Bible school when we were little. And this might sound really strange to you, but I want you to just hang with me. Don't click off the podcast when you hear me say this. But it's going to take a little bit more than that too. Praying and wishing and begging God to do things for us, that is one way, but that is not the only way. We have to take part in our own healing and our own peace and our own, development as a person. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. And I'll be honest with you. Because we have been given a mind, will, and emotions. Mine has been tested a couple of times, and even in the last 48 hours. I was talking to my sister this morning on the phone, and we were like, is this real? It feels like a movie. We feel like we're watching a movie, and it's not. It's real. My friends Kay and Shy, that are just amazing mentors in my life, they have 12 restaurants out in, California, Nevada, Las Vegas, and they're called Squeeze In. Hey, so just a little perk for them. If you want to order takeout from Squeeze In and just pay it forward, do that. But I'm just telling you, they are in struggle. They are trying right now to keep their restaurants alive, to serve their customers, to serve their employees. So we're all being tested. There are people that are sick in hospitals. There are healthcare workers being tested. But I can honestly tell you right now, I can see for the first time, really see the systems that I have been creating in my life, that they are actually adding calm to this chaos. And the great thing is that, self leadership is the highest purpose of leadership, but adding value to others is the number one reason that we are all created to lead, to add value to others. So I hope today that I will do that for you. I share it almost every week on my podcast, but truly the one practice that really was the one thing that began to change my life was the practice of gratitude every morning, because that led to more and more habits. And it taught me that I can create new habits. You know, you always heard that joke, you can't teach an old dog to do tricks, or sometimes it's hard to teach a 7-year-old a new trick. But the key is the consistency. And I do believe that routine and having a predictable schedule will bring calm in this chaos. And it does sound kind of fun, sort of, to just think, oh, I'm just going to binge watch, Netflix and eat Ben and Jerry's for the next 30 days. I mean, that sounds kind of fun, but then, there's that other side of you, that little twinge that's tugging on you going, but you know what? Maybe during this time, I could also do that thing I've been wanting to do. Maybe there's a book you've been wanting to read. One of my friends has read a book almost every day, but maybe there's a book you want to write. Maybe there's a canvas that you've been wanting to throw some paint on. Maybe you've been talking about learning a new language. Or maybe you just want to be nice, be a nicer person. Whatever your thing is. If you're like me, you have enough workout equipment in your house to do your own virtual gym. I haven't really thought about doing that, but I could. I have enough equipment right now sitting back there waiting on me to go back in there and pick it up. So I could do a virtual workout. Might be fun. Do a Zoom. Do a virtual Zoom. Work out with your friends. But my point is this. Carve out some time to create these new habits. They are daily habits, not once a week habits, not once a month habits, daily habits. So that's step one. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Checking in with yourself throughout the day, it sounds kind of crazy, but checking in with yourself to see how you're doing. How's my attitude going? How's my emotional resilience, going? How's my fuse? But when you become aware that you're kind of drifting into that anxiety, it happened to me yesterday. It did. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of started, I heard something, or saw a post or something, a flash on the news, and I immediately kind of sunk into that little pattern of anxiety. But one thing I've learned from Mel Robbins that has been so helpful for me personally is that just that reset in the middle of it. When you become aware of that negative drift, just immediately count back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kind of like NASA blasting off, and begin to think of something that brings you joy. So, right now I think of my family. I think of my kids. I think of my little loving Blake, baby boy, grandson. I think of his face and his laugh. Whatever anchor thought you need to kind of pull you back, reset your mindset. Get up and walk out of the room. Change your physical environment. Whatever you have to do. Take a few breaths. Sing a song. I don't know what your thing is, but don't reach into the chip bag, or the M&M jar, whatever. Take control of your thoughts. And that may sound odd to some of you, but is there anybody else like standing in line next to you, with a megaphone and pom-poms cheering you on to do that? No, there's nobody else coming to do it for you. You have got to, take control of your thoughts. So following a schedule to me has been the biggest, I think, kind of marker in my life. I mean, it has created predictability, and that is vital in the middle of chaos. People are wondering why everybody's going out buying toilet paper. Well, that's pretty predictable. We know that every day we're going to need it. And so that's one thing that just kind of brings calm in the chaos, I think. But I get it. Everybody's on edge. The future is uncertain. But those are the facts. The truth is we know that this too shall pass. And this is one thing I guarantee you, if we had time to open up, and we could get on a live call, we could talk about hard things that you've done before. You've done hard before. Maybe you left a crappy relationship and that was hard. Maybe you launched a new business. Some people launched new businesses this week, last week. Maybe you lost 30 pounds. Maybe you had a difficult conversation with somebody. Maybe the hard thing right now is just this is new for you and this is hard. But you know what? It's going to take a gritty mindset for you to adapt to this new normal. And I'm going to just give you a little hint. The sooner you adapt, the better your results will be. I get it. There's nothing fun about social distancing. There's nothing fun about sickness. There's nothing fun about loss of life and losing income. I mean, this is nothing like losing a loved one, but I mean, at all. My son was supposed to fly home. He had just finished his supply school in the Navy, and he was coming home before he was to receive his orders. And now there's, they can't do that right now. They can't travel. My nephew's baseball season was put on indefinite hold. Now, that doesn't sound like a life-altering thing, but when you've worked your whole life for this time and it's put on hold, I don't care who you are. It's not an easy thing. And today, my daughter-in-law closed her boutiques. It was the right thing to do, but it was not the easiest thing to do. I mean, she's been dreaming of this for a long, long time. And today she made that decision. So we're all faced with whatever these decisions are. They're all different for us. But we have to protect ourselves. We have to protect the health care workers that are in the front lines of battle right now for us. But focusing all your energy on the things you cannot control. I mean, sisters or guys, if you're listening, that's what'll keep you stuck. You'll be stuck in the muck. But just what if, by leading your own life in a better way, you could encourage somebody else? What if you use this time to serve others, and maybe it has to be virtually? I don't know. I'm going to be helping deliver meals on Monday to students that need food. I'm going to be careful and socially distance myself from them and all that. But I'm just saying there are a few things that you can do. Maybe it's just sitting at your home writing handwritten notes to people. I'm not sure. But spend some time thinking about what your message is. Think about your mission and think about your mindset as you move through this chaos. You be the calm in this chaos. We have a choice. We can spend this time in fear, or we can create calm for ourselves. And by doing that, we will also create it for others. And all it takes is taking that first step. Honestly, if I had not taken the first step, 5 years ago, we wouldn't even be having this podcast. If the change in your environment is a big one, then your habits, your new habits that you're going to have to create are going to be big too. But let's just stay focused on the main thing. Being nice, practicing self-care, serving in ways that we can, whatever that looks like for you. Let's unite and fight together to get to the other side of this. And honestly, today's all we have. I mean, the moment in front of us right now is all we have. So maybe you could just share this podcast with somebody that needs encouragement. We're going to be navigating through this over the next few weeks, months, however long it takes. Right here on this Gritty Women podcast. And just for today, I want you to win the moment that's right in front of you. No, we didn't sign up for this. Some of you're supposed to be on vacation right now. We can't control the cards that have been dealt to us, but we can daggum sure choose how to respond. And that will be the game changer. I can't stop thinking about, Kristen, my daughter-in-law today. And I was so proud of her. And I don't even know if proud is the right word, really. Honestly, I don't know. But I mean, I got daggum teary when I was reading her post. But, she made the decision to close her boutiques today. But she's already been, over the last week or two, creating new ways to serve her valued customers that have helped her create, the following and the success that she has. Without her customers, she would have nothing. But she included these words today on her post, and I just got to share them with you because they were so beautiful and so timely. And so I just want you to think into this as we close today, and think about how you're going to be calm in this chaos. When this is over, may we never again take for granted the handshake with a stranger, full shelves at the store, yes, that toilet paper included in that, conversations with neighbors, a crowded theater, a Friday night out, the taste of communion, a routine checkup at the doctor, the school rush each morning, chattering students in class that won't be quiet, coffee with a friend, the stadium roaring, watching a T-baller run the opposite way on the baseball field, every breath that we take, a boring Tuesday, and life itself. When this ends, may we find that we have become more like people we wanted to become, and more like people we wanted to be, and more like people we were created to be, that we hope to be. And may we stay that way. Better for each other because of the worst. Let's do our part to be the calm in the chaos. God created you and me for such a time as this. We were built for this moment, and together we are better. I love you guys. I believe in you guys. May God bless each of you. And let us remember this. Don't ever forget this. He's got the whole world in his hands. I love you guys. See you soon.